Hi everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a quick look here at Solana. We're going to understand a little bit about the Ichimoku cloud and kind of where the price action is at right now. Still looking tentatively bearish on the smaller time frames, but we're seeing somewhat of a bullish type of divergence on the larger time frames. So we'll discuss that and of course much more. So just keep in mind, if you are new to the channel, I am not a financial advisor. I just love to teach people to trade, and I really hope you can learn something here today. If you do learn something, obviously comment below. Greatly appreciate the feedback. And be sure to jump on over to Bitunix. Phenomenal exchange, tremendous amount of benefit rewards, no VPN, no KYC required. Extremely good exchange. Highly recommend them. We do have trading, trading competitions with them here soon, once we get enough users, and we're already making some good progress there. Also, congrats to JCXB81. Thank you for the feedback. That's awesome. I'm glad you're going to party this weekend with those profits. In case you're curious, we took 30% on Gala in 4 hours. Nice ARPA trade, 80% in 2 months. And then if we take a look here with our scalping trades, just this morning we scalped AVAX for 30% and Solana for 13%. Those are both longs, both taken in 10 to 8 hours. So congrats on that here, folks. What we're going to talk about is a couple of important factors. In fact, let's start with the liquidation data. This is basically the last 7 trading days of liquidation. You can see there's a larger amount of accumulation, about $51. So some longs there are starting to accumulate right there just below the most recent lows. And then, of course, we got some recent shorts there at about 63. So again, as I mentioned previously, careful shorting this coin, but there is a lot of indications as to why the price action might continue lower. Just keep that in mind. But if you do take a look at liquidation the last 12 hours, tremendous amount of liquidation levels at $55. I'm rounding up a little bit, but right around $55 we can see. So if the price does wick down to 55, we could see, I wouldn't say a free fall from there, but the price is likely to continue lower if we drop that low. So interesting stuff. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here on the daily. Work our way down. We are overextended, but we got a nice little reset here. And just to clarify, this coin is consistently hitting 9s, coming up and resetting every single time. Okay, so basically we got like 3 or 4 pennant type of patterns that we've seen break out to the upside. It's really interesting the way that this continues. Okay, so again, fantastic stuff there in that regard, but you got to keep in mind the more times you do that, the more likely you are to pull back. If we do take a look at volume, we're starting to get a decent volume profile here at about $57. And again, we have a doji candle here so far today forming, which is excellent. And then, of course, we've got $58 as a potential support. And to clarify, when I say excellent for a doji candle, it really depends on how it closes. We're not there yet, but if it does close towards the upper region, which it looks like it's trying to do, I don't know if you can see this very well, but the price action trying to close at the upper region there of the doji candle implies that the price is swung down and closed, or soon to close hopefully, at the same level it opened. That's typically a bullish sign. Okay, so it's good to see that following a doji candle from yesterday. So I think that's positive. Take a look at the stochastic and the RSI really quick, just to clarify. RSI under 70. It's actually awesome. We want to have the price action kind of calming down. Anywhere between 50 to 70 is still considered bullish. And then, of course, we got the money flow index coming down. That I would say it's slightly concerning, but not totally disconcerting. Okay. Price action here for stochastic still swinging down, implying we have potential for further downside. But we could very well see that swing back up here in the next couple of days. So in truth here, the daily time frame isn't super telling. Again, I prefer not to take entry or utilize the daily solely. I think it's important to recognize big picture, but for right now, we can see that we are still ascending positively. We're still above all moving averages, and that's an important factor. 4-hour time frame does change that scenario a little bit for us here. This is what I like to focus on here. Is that, first of all, we're below the 20-day SMA. That's typically the first thing I look for when getting confirmational signs, right? In other words, I don't take a trade solely on that one thing, but I do like to know that I'm on the upper side of the 20-day SMA, just to kind of give me that sense of satisfaction knowing I'm on the right side of the tracks. Being above the 50 ultimately is probably the best thing here. And if we take a look at TD sequential, again, we came down to a 9, and we're starting to consolidate sideways. We got a ton of volume here at that support/resistance at 58. So again, closing above 58 today would be extremely important. I think that's what we're going to want to look for a potential long position. Taking a look at which one were we going to plan to look at? I think fair value gap. Just to clarify, we do have some liquidity here up at 65 to 68. I'm pretty sure I've prefaced that and talked about that previously, but just know those levels are commonly reswept. And the fact that we didn't establish a lower low here is a very positive sign. That's contributing here, letting us know that we are still making higher highs and higher lows. And again, you could argue that this is a ascending channel. I think it's looking pretty good. Okay, so again, 4-hour time frame is actually looking a lot better than it has in the past. Just note that we are not fully converged yet on the MACD, but it looks like it wants to. And then of course the RSI here being stuck under 50 and the money flow index being low, it tells me that this increase in price here doesn't have as much volume as it should. As you can kind of see, we're still below this moving average. So that's not really great. In order for us to be able to kind of sweep this upper level, we're going to need to see some more volume above this moving average. So I'm going to be paying attention to the volume, kind of seeing what's going on. But with us being kind of in this range here, it feels like there's a shift in momentum right now in the 4-hour time frame. Okay, as we continue to hold this level, I think we have more propensity for the price action to increase. Okay, so again, if you're following my our scalping bot there, essentially on our day trading plus group, I would consider leaving your long positions open for those Solana trades we have. We have a previous Solana long open as well with our swing trade for our community, and we just need to sweep the 68 to hit those additional targets. So I think that we're in pretty good shape and we're going to be able to see those things happen, just a matter of time. This being a weekend, things can get kind of funky, so I prefer not to trade too heavy on the weekends. Again, a day trading scalping bot is a different story altogether than a big picture type of swing trade. Okay, so what I'm getting at here is we don't have full on confirmation to take a trade yet, and here's the reason why. Again, this is not a disqualifying factor by any stretch. This is just telling us here that if we have a long position open right now, let me rewind. You shouldn't have a long position open right now. It's kind of what this is implying. I get it, buying the dip, etc. But the Ichimoku cloud, when you take a trade into the cloud, it's a resistance level, and there's a good chance we'll get rejected coming into this range here. It could come at $61 where we have that resistance level. That's a consideration for a short for me. And then also we could even see 0.382 here that's been wicked up a few times, work as a resistance as well. So again, we're not out of the woods by any stretch, but this is telling us that with the conversion line being really close to the baseline, and then of course the lagging span not free and clear of the price action, there's 0 out of 0 reasons to take a long trade right now based on this 1-hour confirmational indicator. Okay, so again, this isn't the exact and only reason why you'd want to take a trade, but to me, this is the last thing I look for when taking a trade. So just say hypothetically in 24 hours, we're over here and the cloud is naturally below us. We've rested above $58 as a support level. That's the time we want to take a long. To me, that's just how I try to take trades personally. Again, it's different for everyone. The 4-hour time frame is looking good. It's just not looking great. And it'll look great if and when this comes above the cloud, if that makes sense. Okay. So again, those are just things we want to pay attention to. So what are your thoughts? Do me a favor, comment below. Make sure you like the video too. Greatly appreciate that. I've had a lot of folks actually helping and reaching out and trying to get the channel back on track here. Deeply appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we'll look forward to hopefully working with you. If you want to jump on over to our Telegram, Discord, Twitter, those are all free and available. Obviously, our paid group is different if you want signals and my university. Those are all accessed down below with cryptocash.tech. Again, make sure to do yourself a service and register with Bitunix using my link so you can qualify for these newbie benefit rewards. Thanks again, Bitunix, for a phenomenal opportunity to help our community members. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again so much for your time. See you in the next one.